flames, there'll be smoke, there'll be World War I level gas fogs, there'll be all kinds of things. I mean, it's Armageddon, like, in a way.
Yeah. It's kind of a funny, like, social experiment in a way. A lot of people come up and, like, poke fun at my work. They, like, laugh at it because it's naked bodies, and I'm like, I get it. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking maybe, or, like, awkward to look at or talk about. And so I've really enjoyed, like, seeing different people's reactions to my work. Overall, positive though, for sure. These big vases I really love. I really hope they survive. I've covered them in a flashing slip that will kind of grab onto the flames and hopefully turn a nice bronze color. It's cool to see what goes in and what comes out.
In Maine here, is there a good institution, you think, in place to support artists?
Oh yeah, I mean, Watershed in and of itself is extremely important. We have a culture in this state of working with the most common available materials and making a life out of that, right? That's what this state is kind of, a lot of the state's history has been about that. And so there's a cultural understanding of what it means to make your living by creating something out of the materials we have here.
Fire brick?
I would make those out of soft brick.
Yeah, just kind of like, can I break those up?
Does that work for you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tim knows so much that I almost don't know what to ask him when we chat, because it's like, it could be anything.
The way that this face is the way that they're going to fold. Like, we don't stack a cup here, because they'll fold over.
Oh, right. So like give them some.
Right, exactly.
I'm still very much an apprentice in this realm, so Tim will be like right by my side, but I think he'll let me have the final say on things, just to, yeah.
For the last 7 years, I've been firing the kilns here. And so right now, me and a bunch of my friends, we're firing this catenary arch wood kiln. Every kiln needs some form of fuel to heat up. And the reason why we're using wood is because it imparts a certain look on the pieces. It creates a certain element of surprise or chaos. There are 6 of us participating in this firing, and we all create work that leaves room for that chance or that change or that variation. A lot of things have stood out to me about working with Aidan and being able to work as a mentor with her. When she and I first started kind of talking about doing this program, her ideas were really interesting, and it was clear that she was chasing something and she was really working hard, and she was taking advantage of all the opportunities that were kind of coming across her path. So that was about a year ago. When I look at where her work is now and her ability to represent her work and what her aspirations are for her work and where she sees it going and the way that she can be part of the cultural conversation that's going on right now here, those two people are just, totally different. Our apprenticeship had a couple different facets. One was kind of professional development, business systems. And then there was the other component, which was atmospheric firing. So tonight is her firing, and I'm sure it's gonna go great. She has grown so much in her work and the caliber of her work and the quality of it. I'm happy that I feel like maybe I've been able to speed that along or make it a little easier for her.
There's so much that can go wrong in ceramics. There's so many steps. A lot of twists and turns, especially for this kind of firing. It's like all my work is green. It could all have blown up by now. I don't know. Maybe not at this temperature.
If it's gonna blow, it would have blown by now.
Okay. I wonder if you...
It's not air pockets that makes things explode, it's the steam,
right.
moisture.
Which I didn't learn until like
I
2
know.
years ago.
I told
That's
my students the other day, they're like, what?
Yeah, teachers hold that close to their heart. The ceramics community just is like such a welcoming scene. It's felt like to me, like everyone's just like, yeah, you want to try this like underglaze out, or like borrow my tools, or like, oh, you should meet this person, or come to our wood firing, or like, I don't know, it just seems very nurturing in a way.
In general, ceramics are more welcoming and
Yeah.
a community thing as opposed to
Yeah.
some other media.
I've only met one other potter that's been like, pottery's so cutthroat. And I'm like, what potters are you hanging out with? Like, not the people I know. Cutthroat? I'm like, no way. Yeah, so just being a part of this community, I think Tim is a well-known character, and to be able to have him as sort of a liaison into this community has been super valuable.
Yeah, we're doing really well.
Nice. Yeah, we've only been here for what, an hour and a half? Nice, that's beautiful. There we go. I really enjoy the craft shows. I really like talking to people about my work, and like setting up my booth I really enjoy, and like making my stuff look pretty, and seeing people like touching my work and talking to me about it is like really energizing.
People have been making their living at this for 40,000 years. So there has to be a way forward. There has to be some content to that work. There has to be something which is communicated that's unique and instructive and helpful to the future. Going into the future, we're going to feel pretty good about shedding the constrictions of making functional pottery and having this completely amorphous medium that you can do anything with. You know, the things that I see out there and the things that I say about the world and my impressions of what's going on around me, if I record them in this clay, they're going to last 10 or 20 or 30,000 years, be readable indefinitely. And so I'd better really be sure that what I am saying can stand up to that amount of time. I find it really gratifying to operate in those conditions because it makes me make the best work that I can. These are going to be my voice long after I'm not saying anything with this one, right? And so, in some ways, like, I want that to be my best voice. That's what I find gratifying about
Yeah. You don't want honesty. This can get brutal as a blunt force trauma scene. Honestly, brutal as the bondage carved like lovers' initials on a tree in this sham of democracy. Shame on all y'all deceiving. As for me, I'm not half of the man I'm trying to be. A musician, I barely stepped a few inches in front of me. Long ways to go, guess I'm a wannabe. Wayward on my odyssey, lot of havoc, no prodigy. Technology draining all my chi. It's a double-edged commodity.